What is going on, football fans? Back at it with another New York Giants video. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the transformation between Eli Manning and Daniel Jones. Of course, a couple days ago was a very bittersweet day for many Giants fans, right? We all we all loved Eli Manning. We all loved Eli Manning, but at the same time, we want to see what we got in the kid in Daniel Jones, who displayed a lot of talent in the preseason, a lot of talent throughout training camp, and we took him sixth overall. So a lot of Giants fans are very excited to see what the kid's got, but we're all going to miss Eli Manning. Eli Manning gave us a great career, and we could only hope that Daniel Jones can match it. If he gave me 2 Super Bowl rings, I'll sign up for it right now. Give me the paper, give me the pen. And what I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to talk about what I expect from Daniel Jones in this season, in this game coming up, and hopefully throughout his career. We're going to talk about some of the similarities and differences between both Eli Manning and Daniel Jones. And we're also going to talk about the strengths and weaknesses specifically in Daniel Jones' game, according to many pro scouts at the college level. Now, we all know Daniel Jones did not play for the best college program. He played for Duke. He was a 0-star recruit coming in. So there were not a lot of eyes on this kid. As a matter of fact, he was a redshirt his freshman season. And he got to start 12 games. He never gave the job back. He threw for a 63% completion percentage his rookie year at Duke with a horrible supporting cast. Offensive line, and wide receivers alike. But he did only throw 7 more touchdowns than interceptions, 16 touchdowns, 9 picks. The following year, he actually regressed. He only had a 57% completion percentage with 14 touchdowns and 11 picks. And then last year was his best season as a Duke Blue Devil, where he had 22 touchdowns and 9 picks with a 61% completion percentage. And a lot of people point to the completion percentage coming into the pros. They said, well, Haskins threw to 70%. Murray threw right around there as well. This kid's at 60. You have to factor in he played for Duke. The Duke Blue Devils offensive line was the worst in the ACC conference. And not to mention, he played in a much more complex offense, and his wide receivers dropped the second most balls of any team in the entire country. So he didn't have a lot to work with, so he should fit right in with the Giants. Actually, I'm kidding. The New York Giants offensive line has played well so far this year. They actually ranked 4th in the league per PFF, but he's going to be without some of his weapons, and we're going to have to see what Daniel Jones can bring to the table. The other thing that Daniel Jones possesses is toughness, and he needed it playing on that offensive line with the Duke Blue Devils. He took hit after hit when you watch the game film. As a matter of fact, he fractured his clavicle on September 8th against Northwestern. He was back in 3 weeks later, a game in which he threw for 226 yards and a touchdown against Virginia Tech. Another underrated attribute of Daniel Jones' game is his athleticism. He's incredibly athletic. He ran a 4.6, I think 5.40 at his pro day. 4.8 at the combine, but at his pro day, he was in the 4.6s. Very athletic, and against North Carolina, he rushed for 186 yards. So he's certainly going to bring that to the offense, and that is one difference he has with Eli Manning. No doubt about it. The other difference I would say, in terms of a negative, and it's not always a negative, there's tons of quarterbacks in the NFL that don't have unbelievable arm strength. But Eli Manning, coming into the league out of Ole Miss, he definitely had plus arm strength. We all remember he threw some great deep balls throughout his career, especially early on in his career. So Eli Manning definitely had a very strong arm, which is why the Giants drafted him with the windy conditions at the Meadowlands. Now, MetLife, the winds aren't as bad as they used to be. And Daniel Jones, they said that was a weakness coming into the pros, was that he did not possess plus arm strength. Now, what I will say, from what I've seen from Daniel Jones, I wouldn't say it's a plus, but I don't necessarily think it's a detractor. I don't think he has like this noodle for an arm, like a lot of the people were leading on. I don't see that. We saw him make some very nice throws in preseason and training camp. He definitely can make the throws that need to be made. I'm not too worried about that. But they said he did float balls during the Senior Bowl game when he was at Duke, and you got to worry about that, I guess, at the NFL level. That's what they say. But what I would say in terms of that was it's not easy to throw a good deep ball when your receivers don't have enough time to run the route, right? His offensive line couldn't block for him. And his receivers, like I said, dropped a ton of balls, which, points to the fact of his inaccuracy. In terms of similarities with Eli Manning, they're both right around the same height, 6'5". They both learned under the same college coach in Sutcliffe. So, and the mechanics, obviously, are very similar. He's going to bring a different element than Eli Manning, though. He's definitely going to bring that RPO and that ability to run with the football. I expect them to use a lot of play-action rollouts with Jones and try to use that athleticism to the best of his ability. Try to let him extend plays with those legs, make throws on the run, pick up yards when necessary on the ground. And that's what I think you're going to see in this game. I expect a lot of first-read throws out of Daniel Jones, a lot of RPOs and a lot of quick slants, especially with all the wide receivers that they have out. But over the course of his career, we can only hope he's Eli Manning. He handles the media beautifully. He's a born leader. I love the kid. He's very smart, very cerebral. I think his NFL comparison, I've said this many times, is Alex Smith. And I think he has a little bit better arm than Alex Smith. And that's not a knock. Alex Smith's a very good NFL quarterback once he got his feet set, once he learned under Jim Harbaugh, which is why, in my opinion, it's very important for the Giants to keep Pat Shurmur, because Alex Smith early on in his career went through, I think, 5 head coaches and a ton of offensive coordinators. Can't happen. He needs a steady foundation, and I expect the Giants to do so. I think Shurmur will definitely be back for Jones' sophomore season. But like I said, in this game, I don't expect them to make too many extravagant throws. I expect a lot of first read throws, a lot of quick slants, a lot of RPOs, a lot of play actions, and he'll try to hit Evan Ingram up the seam. He made some great throws in the preseason, right? That touchdown in the end zone against the Jets, double coverage where he put it only where his receiver could catch it. He made some beautiful tight window throws. He throws a very tight spiral, and we didn't even get to see the athletic part of his game yet at the pro level, which is what I'm really looking forward to. I think Daniel Jones could be the guy. I think he could be the guy for the next 15 years for this franchise. We're just going to have to wait and see, and we hope. Obviously, it's a bad omen due quarterbacks. Dave Brown didn't have the best success as a Giant, but, at least he's not number 17. He took number 8, which is a good omen. So we'll just have to wait and see. I'm excited to see this kid take the field as he replaces the man that we all loved in Eli Manning. Eli, thank you for the memories, and hopefully you could teach this kid to do some of the things that you did. As always, if you liked what you watched, please subscribe, drop a comment, maybe give me a little thumbs up. Cheers.